Cadillac didn't just make luxury cars, it defined what it meant to be the standard of the world. But one $100,000 failure almost shattered that reputation. For more than 120 years, Cadillac has engineered the icons that presidents and stars call home, and in this video, we'll explore the most legendary models ever made. Let's start with the pioneers. Cadillac Model A, the original single-cylinder Pioneer. Priced at just $750, it offered 8 horsepower and a 30 miles per hour top speed. With 2,500 units sold in its debut year, its 72-inch wheelbase proved that precision manufacturing was the ultimate weapon for mechanical reliability. Cadillac Model 30, the car that killed the hand crank. It effectively doubled the car's market by making it safe and easy for women to drive without the risk of a broken arm from a kickback. This 50-horsepower asset pioneered the electric starter and night vision headlamps in 1912. It transformed the automobile into a push-button platform, solidifying Cadillac's status through standardized logistics. Cadillac Type 51, a battlefield vanguard. It introduced the first mass-produced V8 power, 70 horsepower, and the modern 3-pedal layout we use today, known as the Standard Controls layout. Before this, every brand had a different, confusing way to drive. It was so robust that it served as high-speed transport for Allied officers on the front lines of WWI. Cadillac LaSalle, Cadillac's first designer car, the first production auto ever designed as art. Reaching 95 miles per hour, it outsold Cadillac itself, panicking GM when buyers got equal quality for less. The stylish bridge that became luxury's biggest threat to its own flagship. Cadillac FIV 16 Series 452, the ultimate prestige flagship that even royalty envied. Delivering 175 horsepower with unparalleled smoothness, it reached 100 miles per hour in total silence, a feat most modern luxury cars still can't match. Only 4,000 units were deployed, standing as the final word in pre-war multi-cylinder engineering. Cadillac XLR 12 Series 370, the tactical solution for the Great Depression, outselling the V16 by 16 times in its debut year. Priced from $3,795, it paced the 1931 Indianapolis 500 and was virtually indistinguishable from the flagship V16 at a glance. With 10,900 units sold, it proved luxury didn't need the biggest engine. Cadillac Series 60, the high-speed disruptor. Priced at a competitive $1,645, this 125-horsepower V8 was built for the owner who preferred the driver's seat over chauffeurs. It ditched bulky running boards to define the lean, aggressive future of luxury, a radical choice that wouldn't become standard until the 1950s. Cadillac Series 62, the icon of American excess that couldn't be built fast enough, 96,000 unfilled orders in 1947. Its tail fins were inspired by P-38 fighter jets, and its DeVille variant became so popular it launched its own series. With 1.3 million units sold, it ruled unopposed for 25 years. Cadillac DeVille, the car of presidents and movie stars. In its first year as a separate series, 1959, it sold 53,000 units, 37% of all Cadillacs. By 1966, it dominated so completely that Cadillac switched from chrome to plastic to cut costs, marking the beginning of its decline. Cadillac Eldorado. The fleet's flagship was named from poetry, El Dorado, discovered while reading verse. At $7,750, it was the car of Elvis and Marilyn Monroe. In 1973, it paced the Indy 500 with 513 special convertibles. Its final run in 2002 had only 1,596 units tuned to sound like 1953. Cadillac Eldorado Brougham. The tech marvel that cost Cadillac $10,000 per car to build, losing money on every sale at $13,074. Only 704 were built with magnetized cocktail tumblers and self-locking doors. After 1958, chassis were hand-built in Italy by Pininfarina and shipped back to Detroit. a transatlantic luxury assembly line. Cadillac Coupe de Ville, the symbol of space-age optimism with rocket-inspired tail fins modeled after exhaust nozzles. At $5,252, it reached peak fin extremism in 1959. Then, 1960 proved less is more with smoothed fins that became the template for the decade. The most flamboyant silhouette ever made, defining luxury for generations. Cadillac Fleetwood, the heavy-duty limousine. Starting at $6,695, it used up to 340 horsepower to transport VIPs. At 19 feet long, it was a fortified statement of power that refused to downsize until the very end of its service life. Cadillac Seville, the international size interceptor born from the oil crisis. At $12,479, it was smaller than DeVille but cost more, a radical inversion that confused buyers. Built on the Chevrolet Nova platform, but so heavily modified it bore little resemblance to its origins. In 1992, the STS became the first production car with adaptive suspension technology decades ahead of its time. Modern transition and performance. Cadillac Alante, the luxury fighter with Italian DNA. It featured the world's longest assembly line, a 3,000-mile flight from Italy to Detroit. By 1993, it packed a 295-horsepower Northstar 5.8, aiming to infiltrate European territory with brute force. Cadillac Escalade, the king of heavy armor. Delivering up to 682 horsepower in its modern V-Series, it shifted Cadillac's doctrine from sedans to high-clearance command vehicles. It is the ultimate status weapon with the luxury of a fortified bunker. Cadillac CTS, the track-tuned disruptor engineered with 600 laps around the Nürburgring. The CT5-V transplanted the Corvette Z06's LS6 V8 into a sedan, a performance revolution that changed the brand. By 2016, it produced more horsepower than the BMW M5 and Mercedes-AMG E63, proving Cadillac finally cracked luxury performance. Cadillac XLR, the $100,000 big mistake nobody remembers. Only 15,460 units were assembled versus 215,000 Corvette C6 built at the same factory. The cheaper Corvette outsold it 14 times over. Buyers chose Mercedes SL, Jaguar XK, and Porsche 911 instead, proving Cadillac's luxury convertible dream crashed on execution. Cadillac SRX, the crossover disruptor that won car and drivers 5 Best 3 years straight. Built on the CTS platform, it targeted younger buyers wanting car-like handling with minivan space. The 2010 redesign dropped the V8 and cut prices $6,000, a radical shift that confused buyers and led to its retirement. Cadillac CT6. The high-tech dreadnought was built for just 2 years. Only 275 CT6-V units were allocated, with pre-orders selling out in minutes. Each Blackwing Phi 8 was hand-built by a single technician with their signature on a plaque. The final 550 horsepower gasoline masterpiece proved Cadillac could compete. Just as the market moved to EVs, Cadillac CT5, the internal combustion peak, the last V8 manual sedan in America. The CT5-V Blackwing produces 668 horsepower with a 6-speed manual standard, while BMW M5 and competitors switched to automatics years ago. When it ends production, it takes the manual with it, the final defiant statement of the ICE V-Series era. The electric future. Cadillac Lyriq, the electric vanguard, utilizing the Ultium platform to deliver up to 500 horsepower and a 33-inch panoramic display. It trades the combustion engine for silent, instant torque performance. It is the flagship of Cadillac's high-velocity digital luxury. Cadillac Celestiq, the $340,000 bespoke flagship. This hand-built manifesto delivers 600-plus horsepower and features a 55-inch pillar-to-pillar display. It reclaims the standard-of-the-world status through total personalization and ultra-luxury performance. Cadillac Escalade IQ, the high-voltage titan. Priced at $130,000, it delivers a brutal 750 horsepower and a 460-mile range. Featuring Arrival Mode diagonal steering and an 8K display, it is the most aerodynamic full-size SUV ever built, redefining American power for the electric era. From a single-cylinder pioneer to today's electric flagships, Cadillac's legacy is about precision, presence, and constant evolution. Every model, every era, one constant, staying at the top of the automotive world. If you enjoyed this journey through Cadillac history, subscribe and join us as we explore more legendary machines.